Hey peeps, Justin here, welcome you back to Otakus Geeks Essential Anime. Before I begin, just a big apology for MIA since April doing this. I was working on I was overseeing my indie comic that's going to be released next month on August called Hiro. So obviously I had no time to really do much ONG stuff. But now that that's taken care of, it's time to get back to day one and get back to business. And today for Essential Anime, I have a really good title that I really did enjoy. Watched it back in the days, and I still recently watched it, and I still enjoy it to this day. It holds up, and that movie is called The Venus Wars. And as always, I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis, tell you a little bit about my thoughts and why this should be, collecting this little hidden gem. War is hell. In the 21st century, mankind has finally tamed the hostile world of Venus. But vicious gangs roam the streets and rival nations battle for supremacy. Hiro, a hotshot motorcycle jockey, and Susan Summers, a feisty Earth journalist, are caught in a crossfire as war explodes on Venus. Venus Wars, or excuse me, The Venus Wars. It's very, very, how can I say this? It's pretty good if you watch it in the Japanese dub. I gotta go off right off the bat, the English dub is very cringeworthy to me, especially with certain performances, especially with Maggie. There was this one scene when Hiro is looking for Maggie to hide him, and there's this love interest and tension between the two characters, and I just felt the English voice actress, her performance in that particular scene was very bad. I hate to comment on people's acting because I'm not an actor myself, but I just felt it was a little cringe-worthy. Just the crying that she did. She did this little fake cry. It was like, and you're like, no. But overall, The Venus Wars, I really did like this conflict between the Aphrodisians and the Ishtar, which is the two factions that live on Venus. And they set up this whole, after Earth just gets hit with this polar ice cap, so mankind obviously, it's the typical story, so mankind ventures out into space to try to find means to ends to survive, and then you have this hotshot biker gang Hiro's a part of, and Hiro's character, he's very just this tough guy, but he does have a heart of gold. It's that typical cliche, oh, he's a bad boy, but he really does care for people. He'll sacrifice his life if need be. And he's just caught in this whole mix of this conflict between the Ishtar and the Aphrodisians, who are just trying to take over resources and trying to take over the planet and just have this little confrontation, which I thought was pretty cool. It was nice of a civilian's perspective of war and a civilian's perspective of his story of what's going around him and how he's adapting and how he's changing. Animation wise, it's just classic 80s, late 80s, early 90s animation here. It looks so good, very fluent, especially in the bike sequences, which I really did enjoy. And let me talk about the music. This made me a huge fan of one of my favorite anime composers, Joe Hayashi, who a lot of you guys will know who's like the main composer for Spirit Away, but this soundtrack that he did for Venus Wars is top notch. I would just say songs like the love theme, Maggie's theme is just beautiful. The original, the Venus War theme song alone is good as well. So definitely, it's a very hidden gem. Nice story, great action. Watch it in Japanese dub. English dub is a little cringeworthy, but if you can tolerate it, then watch it in English dub. But the Japanese dub is really good, knocks it out of the park. Really fun film. Not too much to say about it. It's a nice old school pickup that I feel the soundtrack really saves it, really brings it to life. I do like the relationship between Hiro and Maggie. I do like the relationship of Hiro and him trying to go in, trying to navigate during this conflict that's happening. As far as this, the journalist Susan Summers, she's in it, but she doesn't have that much to do. She does have a good characterization. She's really reporting to Earth and reporting to other planets of what's actually happening on Venus right now. So you see things from her perspective. She's actually the first character that you really introduced, because she lands on Venus to do the story and to see how things are going. She's a really nice, strong character. I really did like her arc. but she wasn't there enough for me to care, or I felt like for it to be fleshed out. But overall, you guys, the Venus War is something you definitely need to pick up. It's pretty cool. This is Justin from otakusgeeks.com. This has been Essential Anime episode 23. So I'm gonna say later days. Peace.